Hi, my name is Judie VanKooiman, and you're watching Life Issues. April's show is Ruth's Way for Women, and my guests are Executive Director Nicole O'Brien and Tara Killian, Volunteer Coordinator at Bridge Recovery and Board Member for Ruth's Way. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you
Welcome.
for having us.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you. And Nicole, I'm going to start with you. How long has Ruth's Way been in existence?
I founded Ruth's Way in 2014.
Wow.
So it's been a few years.
Yeah, just a few. And why did you want to start this organization?
I worked at a program, and what I noticed that women would leave the program and then not have any place safe to go afterwards. So God really put it in my heart to start with a sober home. And since then, we have recovery coaching, we do some advocacy work, and we also do trainings to educate people on addiction and recovery.
Okay, cool. And how did you come up with the name?
Ruth is a woman in the Bible who helped another woman just because it was the right thing to do. And because they were both teachable and worked together as a team, they were both successful in life.
Okay, that's cool. Good. And Tara, how did you connect with Nicole?
I was a client in a treatment center, and I was getting ready to leave there, and I wanted to go on to sober living. So there was a couple other sober houses that came to be, that I could have gone to, but I was like almost waiting for like the right fit of what they had to offer me. And then a gentleman that worked at the treatment center said, that I would, probably be a good fit for Ruth's Way. And then I waited for the bed to open, and then I went there, and it was the best thing I ever did.
Good for you. And how long did you stay at the home?
I was there 2 years. Yes. I was there for 2 years.
Good.
2 years, 2 months.
Okay, that's good. Good. And can you please take us through your day-to-day at the house?
Yes, so when I first went there, Nicole encourages us and supports us to get like a job while we're there so that we're not laying around sitting in self all day, especially early on in recovery. So I was going to IOP by day. In the morning we would get up, do our morning chores if we had morning chores or whatever the case may be. And then I would go to IOP, come back, we would check in, text, call, our house manager, call Nicole, like if we had any questions or anything like that, or even if we're going through our daily routine, being there. If we were having like an issue, we were struggling and we weren't at the house, we could still call Nicole or the house manager, and that's what, like she said, about how Ruth's Way got its name, about women helping each other out, and that's what we did. And fortunately, I was there with a great group of girls. We had a good group, and but the day-to-day function was like she wanted us to get like into a routine so we wouldn't get into a slump and then like sit idle and get your mind and your thoughts going. So so I was going to IOP. Then eventually I got a job, and that's what we would do. And then we would have our house meetings on Monday nights. And then all the activities, it was just endless. Yeah.
So it kept you going and all that.
Yes,
That's
lots
good.
of supports.
That's good. Good. And Nicole, what is your mission statement?
Our mission statement is that we are a faith-based a faith-based recovery community that supports women or assists women in transitioning to a healthy, productive lifestyle.
Okay, that's good. Great. And what is the sober house structure?
The sober house structure is everyone needs to be doing something productive with their day, whether it's going to an IOP, which is an intensive outpatient program, going to a PHP, which is a partial hospitalization program, getting a job, going to school, and depending on how many hours they're doing that during the day would depend on how many meetings they do per week. So if they were only doing the IOP and they got out at say 12 o'clock, they were required to do a meeting every day. If they worked full time, it was a minimum of 3 meetings per week. They could use our optional Bible discussion as a meeting if they chose. We did 2 urine analysis per week to ensure that the women were taking their medications as prescribed. And they have daily chores. The daily chores probably took, about 15 minutes if they were doing them every day like they said they were. It only took about 15 minutes. It only takes about 15 minutes to do. But it's just about getting in a routine, getting stabilized, getting into good, healthy, positive habits that help all of us in our daily lives. And we all need some form of structure in our lives, especially when we're new in recovery. It's very important because we need that support and stability.
Exactly.
And that's why we provide as much structure as we do. So we have a weekly house meeting, a weekly Bible discussion that's optional, and we have a monthly life skills night where we bring somebody in from the outside. The house manager checks in with the women every day, every other day, depending on their schedules.
Awesome. Great. And what is your trainings involved with?
My trainings, the trainings I facilitate are all recovery based. I just finished a Recovery Coach Academy from the Christian Perspective on Saturday. But I also did mental health training, and today I did an Addictions 101 training. So it all depends on the day and what the organization, what they want. So I work with a lot of organizations that want to educate their employees or their church members what addiction in recovery really looks like.
Okay, great. And Tara, can you tell us about where you are working now?
Sure. So I have a couple of different part-time jobs. The first one is I work at the Bridge Recovery Center in Malden. It's a peer-to-peer recovery center. The director there is Carrie Ann Carcavaro, so she put together like a really amazing program, and we started doing like different things, outreach, volunteering, which is what I love doing there. You know, that's our part, but we work together, like we all know each other's roles that are there so that we can all work as a team. We help people with meetings, with supports, filling out housing applications, job resumes. We have clothing there if anybody needs it, or if people want to donate clothing. We have it's a safe environment for people, especially early on in recovery, that want supports. We have family support meetings there, and then every Friday night we have a pizza game night. You know, that's from 6:30 to 8:30. And that's a fun night too, where people can just get out and reminisce and see people they haven't seen. And also sometimes in those Friday nights we have speakers come in, and that's been amazing too. People that are like pillars in the recovery community, that they come and they share their story, and also our members that come there. If they're celebrating like a year or a milestone, like they'll be able to share at that, you know, have that night as their night as well, you know. And it's done amazing things in the community, not just in Malden, but like the surrounding communities too. And with the volunteering program, we're trying to like branch out to other communities where we're needed, you know, what we need to do, how we can be of service to other people. Mm-hmm. So it's a beautiful place.
Very good.
Yeah.
And then what was your other part-time job?
And my other part-time job, I work at the Aftermath Addiction Treatment Center. That's in Wakefield, Mass. My friend Matt Gannum, he's a CEO there. We have an amazing staff there as well. I do case management work with there. I work with the clients that come in and do like, I'll run groups that they have during the day, just like tend to the client's needs, you know, call with insurance companies, or just every day. Like the most important part is just like being there available for people, like when they're struggling, you know, just to be there to hear a voice, you know, and just to help them any way that we can possible, and surround them, you know, with all kinds of supports.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Great.
Yeah.
And how long have you been in recovery?
I just celebrated 4 years on March 27th. This just past March that just went by, so it was amazing, you know. And every day, like it's just been like so like uplifting to me that this is even where I'm at in my life right now. It's a beautiful thing. It really is.
Congratulations. You must be so proud of yourself.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Welcome. That's awesome. Awesome. And you must be super proud that you knew her way back when.
She's an amazing woman. She gives more than anyone else I know. So for me, it's a privilege to be a small part of her recovery story.
That's cool. Good.
Yeah.
And Tara, what do you do to stay in recovery?
Again, I love my job that I do, and that's like important thing because it goes back to early on when I went into treatment. When I went to this center that Matt Gannon was running, he had like an amazing staff there, and what happened was I loved like the attraction, like the way that I saw that the people were, and that was like a lot of motivation for me, you know, and what they were doing. And I remember telling Matt, you know, when I get a year in recovery, he's like, Tara, it'd be amazing if you could come back and work here, you know? And that's exactly what I did. And I love it. The things I do for my recoveries, like I love giving back. We love going to like recovery events. And that taps into as well at the Bridge Recovery Center. We do like a lot of things recovery based, like I was saying. And we have like a lot of things coming up too that I can't wait. You know, with the warm weather coming, a lot of outdoor fun events. You know, there's so much glory in going to these things without drugs and alcohol in your system, you know?
Right.
It's a beautiful thing seeing people everywhere, you know, in the same water as me, you know? It's amazing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good. And Nicole, can you talk about some of the success stories from Ruth's Way for Women?
Well, Tara's definitely one of them.
Yes.
We've had, actually, the first woman who came into our house, when she came in, she could not even make eye contact with me. She was just so filled with shame and fear. And she was in a 6-month program, came to us that way. Within 6 months, she became our house manager. She lived there for 2 years, I think 25 months she was there. Tara beat her. So she was there for 25 months, and now she works with women who are survivors of sex trafficking. She works in the community with addiction. She's also going back to school. She went to become a LADAC, a licensed alcohol and drug counselor. We've had many women who've come through the doors, and because, although they don't like me when I'm telling them you have to wash your dishes, dry them, and put them away immediately, women I've been in touch with who've left our program, who've left our sober home, they say my dishes are still put away every day, my house is still clean, and I make my bed every day. So although they weren't loving my attention back then about getting things done, a lot of them who I still keep in touch with have said that it's helped them in their life today. So it's great, and when you have the privilege to see people grow and to find who they really are, because especially women, we get so lost at such a young age in relationships and being what other people want us to be, that we don't even know, all of a sudden we're adults and we don't even know who we are because we've just been so engrossed in everyone else's life and helping them. So being in the sober home really gives them an opportunity to focus on themselves and getting healthy and well. Because just abstaining from alcohol or other drugs isn't a full life. It's that life in recovery, that networking, having friends, healthy relationships, holding a job, being part of your community. That's what really helps them to stand out.
Yeah, exactly. And can people volunteer with Ruth's Way for Women?
We love volunteers. Yes, we do. If anyone wants to volunteer, please feel free to call me. They can call me at 857-361-9913. They can volunteer, or they can look us up on our website, which is ruthswayforwomen.org, and reach out to me that way. We are having, just a little plug, we are having a calendar fundraiser coming up next month, so we're really excited about that.
Okay, great. Awesome. And how would someone donate to Ruth's Way?
Just by reaching out to me, or they can donate if they want to make a financial donation. They can just donate through our website, or they can mail a check to our business address too.
Okay. And Tara, can you please tell us about your background?
Sure. So I am a mom of two beautiful daughters. They're amazing. One daughter's going to nursing school, and the other one is a science teacher. You know, they're just amazing, you know. And I have 5 siblings under me. You know, I have a big Irish Catholic family, you know, so it's always like something going on, you know. And yeah, I live in Peabody, Massachusetts. You know, I love my life. And like Nicole said, like when we start, you know, it's not where we think we're going to finish, you know, and that's the truth. You know, never did I think that I'd be working at the Bridge Recovery Center or Aftermath Addiction Treatment Center. You know, you don't think these things are possible, you know. And that's why, like, in my background, like, the more, like, healing I did internally as time went on, the more, like, I saw that, like, so much more positivity started to come, you know. And I love what I also, part-time, a few hours a week, I also babysit my beautiful 3-year-old niece, Danny. She brings me so much joy.
She must keep you grounded.
She's an
and
angel.
Keep you on your toes, too.
Yes, and she's a beautiful thing, especially too, like, related to my recovery. It's like she was born, like, she'll be 4 coming up on her next birthday. It's like my whole recovery's been with her, you know? So it's been amazing.
Good for you. And Tara, would you like to tell us more about being a volunteer coordinator with Bridge Recovery Center?
Yeah, so at the Bridge Recovery Center, you know, we would love to have anybody volunteer there and come there, you know, and help in our whole community. And like I said, we're trying to branch out to other areas. Anybody can reach me at any time. My cell phone number is 857-615-3380. I can be reached at any time, you know, and we're located on Commercial Street in Malden. We welcome ideas. We welcome any type of suggestions, you know. And another good thing about the Bridge Recovery Center also is that we tap into all different things, like all women's meetings, all men's meetings, you know, both men and women meetings. We even have yoga classes there for free on Saturday mornings. We have a free art therapy class here on Saturdays, you know, so we try to, like, tap into everything that we possibly can. Yeah, it's amazing.
Great idea. Great. And if anyone would like more information about anything that we talked about today, can you please give us your contact info again?
Yes. So my telephone number is 857-615-3380. That's my cell phone number. And I can be reached at that number for anybody that would like to do any type of volunteering. And if anybody's looking for any type of treatment services like inactive addiction or resources like that, they can reach out to the Aftermath Addiction Treatment Center in Wakefield as well. It's an amazing program.
Okay. Do either one of your organizations do any kind of fundraising too?
Yes, so on the Bridges end, like, we do like a lot of things for, like, we're a nonprofit as well.
Right.
You know, so when we have, like, the cornhole tournament, like, we have a big tournament, like, we'll raise money with that, but that goes to sober living, to help people in the community, to help pay for a bed, to help a woman or a gentleman, you know. And that's the other important thing too, like, going back to, like, Nicole, what, you know, where they're nonprofit as well. The other thing that I wanted to say was all the things that, like, the activities that we did with her, you know, in the community with the life skills. Like, that stuff helped so much. Like, that helped prep me for my job that I'm at now, with the different types of options that we had, with who she would have come into the house, you know. And even like with both jobs, like there's always options for trainings as well too. You know, I got to go with Nicole to get MASH certification. You go through recovery coach training. So, you know, the possibilities are endless.
That's great. Yeah. And Nicole, you have done fundraisers in the past, and you just mentioned that you're going to do one next month. But will you be doing any other fundraisers? Because of COVID, you couldn't do, you know,
A lot of
Life.
things have been put on hold
Yeah.
because of COVID. So we are going to be at Hong Kong Dragon again. We've had 2 other successful fundraisers there. They're so amazing. Their food's great there, and they're so amazing. So if anyone wanted to come out, they could just say, you know, we're here to support Ruth's Way. Unfortunately, I don't have the date with me right now, but I can get that to you. And just, there's so many different ways to help. There's so many great organizations to help. It's just getting involved in something. So yeah, and hopefully next year at this time for the spring, we'll do a walk. That's one of our goals for next year.
Oh, cool. Good. Good. So with the calendar fundraiser, how would somebody get a calendar or get more information? Or
They can reach out to me next week. It should be on our website.
Okay.
They could also check out our website and reach out through there too.
Okay, great. And if anyone would like more information about anything that you talked about today, can you give us your contact info?
Yes, my number is 857-361-9913, and our email is ruthswayforwomen@gmail.com. I forgot, I was going to say .org for a
No, it's
second.
.com. Yeah. I'm sorry, but that's all the time that we have. Thank you both for all you do for those in need. I love to hear your thoughts and suggestions. Please send them to lifeissuestv@gmail.com. And remember, live each day to the fullest and celebrate life.